Alright, we're back in American Truck Sim. Okay. You want to know how detailed SCS got with this map around Dallas? This TA I'm sitting at right now is the actual TA in Denton, Texas. Alright, let me show you. Let me show you something. Yeah, see? Yeah. And right across the highway is actually a Love's. I know, I spent a lot of time at both of them. Alright, so, here we go. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of fuel at this exit. Usually at the Love's. Not that there's anything wrong with the TA here. Okay. It's actually a pretty good TA. And if I'm not mistaken, if I remember right, Buc-ee's is that way somewhere. Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, sure enough. Right there is the Love's. They got it lit, I mean, as a shell. There's the beacon. Yeah, right over there, that blue and white building. That's the blue beacon. That's the Denton blue beacon. So yeah. Alright. Now, I'm heading down to pick up our first true heavy haul. 55,000 pounds. We are taking this thing as soon as we get it from Fort Worth to McAllister in Oklahoma. Not a long run, long enough. So, let's go. Alright, I need this exit. We're taking 35 West over to Fort Worth. Alright, here we go. Ooh, back her down a little bit. Because we are currently bobtailing. You know, bobtailing over there. We don't need to be, you know, just hammer down on it. Woohoo! Jackpot, 70 million. Had to buy a lottery ticket. Yeah, boy. I'm gonna bring that speed down a little bit. We're doing alright. Anyway, so how y'all doing? But yeah, we're just running this. We're gonna come down here, pick up this load. And we're gonna get into McAllister. It's about $16,000. Okay, not great. Could definitely be better. But, you know, we're doing alright. Now, I am going to take a peek at the driver manager here in a little bit. You know, just to see how the other truck's doing. Alright. Okay, so we're How much further down here? Hold on a minute. Oh, no. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. No, 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 no. It cleared it out. Where the heck is this load? Oh. That ain't Fort Worth. That's dang near. That's out towards Waco. Wow. All right. I mean, luckily I got some time, I guess. Whoa. What in the HE double hockey sticks is going on here? There we go. That was a little weird. Had the track IR go completely decide to 180 itself on me. Alrighty. So, we're only an hour away from picking this thing up. Wow. Yeah, all the way down in Stephenville? You got to be kidding me. Or Comanche, one or the other. Ooh. Easy on that throttle there. Man, that's a lot of... You know, if I had known this was this far out of the area, I might have gone for a different load. Good night. Alright, so let's go get this picked up. "44 minutes out. 44 miles, rather. Okay. So, I will be back with you as soon as we get this thing picked up. Okay. Well, I thought I was doing a heavy haul. Got down here, got to the place, and the load's gone. Wonderful. But all is not lost. We've got this run going from Fort Worth to KC for 16,900. The only downside is it's not a lot of, interstate. It's mostly back, you know, mostly regular U.S. highway. Now, up to Oklahoma, I do believe most of that's 75 or 69. Excuse me. So, let's go ahead and take it. I mean, it's already here. I'm here. Might as well. So we'll go ahead and take this. Make do with what we can get, right? Alright, let's see what... Let's go get this tanker. And we'll get out of here. Go hook up. I mean, it's 41,000, just under 42,000 pounds. There it is. Inconveniently enough, I just happen to have a, a tanker endorsement, so why not? Might as well, right? There we go. Perfect. We'll go ahead and set that. And hook up. Alright, time to get out of here. Alright, let's get out of here before this load decides to disappear out from underneath us. That sucked. Oh well. Load's a load, right? No, it would be much better. I mean, this is a 30-hour load. It's not going to take us that long. Now, I am going to have to stop. No problem. But yeah, not the load I expected. Yeah, I am going to have to make one stop to a 10. Other than that, no problem. We'll go ahead and get this on up to KC and see what we can find up there. On either side of the river, I don't care. All right. All right, let's go. We'll go ahead and get a quickie shot here. That'll work. Alright, enough of that nonsense. Let's go. And turn that Jake down. Yeah. Because we already know how aggressive that Jake is. We don't need it on level 3. Alright. Get it up to speed and set that cruise and let's go. There we go. Alright, so 566 miles. It's actually a pretty good run. But yeah, overall, not doing too bad. Alright, so here's the plan. The plan of the day, so to speak, is definitely to hit level 7. I would love to be able to unlock some more, gear for this. That way we can either that or get enough money, get far enough ahead to get just that much closer to unlocking a 389. Then we just might, we'll just be that much closer to our bull haulers, trailers. I do definitely want to get the bull haulers. In the meantime, yeah, let's go. Alright, get back on the interstate here. As soon as I can get the dang light. Nice Cascadia over there. And that little flat top. Okay. Alright, come on. Sometime today, light. I want to get out of here. There we go. There we go. Here we are. But yeah, I do want to, just get us closer to that, to unlocking those trailers, getting everything else, up and running. That way, we can start making some serious money. There we go. We need 20 east. Hit this. Alright, let's not get over aggressive with the on-ramp this time, shall we? Those of y'all that saw the last video and the incident. That is a beautiful old pickup, but yeah. Need to make up his mind. I appreciate him letting me through, though. But let's face it, that's a little bit of realism break for Dallas. Ain't nobody gonna just let you in. No, no, no. You gotta let them know that, you know, you are a whole lot bigger. Alright, let's go. It's kind of cool, though, you know, here lately, seeing the blue beacons modeled in. Okay. Alright, we need 35E. Now, I don't know why this thing has, you know, that routing going up through the way it does. You seriously think I'm taking that route? No, 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 no. No, I'm taking a little different route. I mean, I know how to get to Kansas City. So, here's what we're going to do. Let me slide over here. Because we do not need Interstate 30. Alright, get through this turn, then I'll show you. Ooh, we need to back her down, though. Yee. Alright, give me just a minute here, and I'll show you what the plan is. Alright. Here's the plan. Oh, never mind. It's already handled it for me. We'll take it. Alright, that works for me. Got us going up through OKC and that area in Wichita. That works. Then, by God, that's the way we'll take. That's the way I prefer anyway. Okay, so leaving Dallas again. That's where we've seen more of this stretch of 35 than, or 35E, you know, in this series that I care to think about. I've seen this stretch of 35E, you know, real life more than I care to think about. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah. So, I admit though, it looks pretty much dead on. I'll give them that. This is actually pretty close. We'll get that speed up a little bit. And here just shortly, we'll be out of here. Alright, so we are 8 hours and 45 minutes away from being able to drop this. We're going to go past Denton here. Again, there's the TA that we stopped off at. Any of y'all, you know, been north of Dallas knows that one. There's the Beacon and the Loves over on that side. So, bump that speed up a little bit. But hey, we will be able to check out something that I neglected to look at. You know, when we came down this direction from Enid here a few episodes ago, they're at the Oklahoma border, or just north of the Oklahoma border, and that is, you know, if Windstar's modeled in. We'll see. Right now, though, it does look like it's getting ready to rain on us. Okay. No biggie. Got a way station coming up. We are now in Oklahoma. And, yeah, way station's open. Of course, we're getting pulled in. Why wouldn't we? And I have not seen Windstar yet. So I'm thinking they didn't model it in. It's okay, fair enough. Tonkawa Casino got modeled in, but not Windstar. Yeah. How nice of them. Okay, go ahead. And let's go ahead and do the inspection here. We're good. Alright, time to go. Probably should have pulled in here for, you know, for a reset. But why? Yeah, why do that? I still got another 2 hours I can burn off. Come on. Get that thing up to speed. Alright. As soon as I can, I'm passing this guy. Hello, OHP. Alright. Get around him. And we'll go ahead and slide on back over here. Nope. I want to need back over. Got this guy coming up on the on-ramp with that. With that backhoe. There we go. Ardmore. Alright. There we go. Now we're good. We're good to run. For the most part. As long as people stay out of my way. You know what? We got a rest area down there. I'm going to take advantage of it. Because we are getting up towards the time for the 10. I want to go ahead and get that out of the way. Alright, how are we doing? Slide on over here. And yeah, we're good. Yes, I'm well aware that it's time for my break. Thing just loves harping on that, don't it? Alright, go find the truck entrance, which is right here. You know what, while we're here, let's go ahead and tank up. Alright, let's go ahead and get fuel. There we go. $4.49 a gallon. Alright, so it says it's full. Alright, let's go find us a parking spot. Got a bunch of them here. So we will just, we'll grab one for ourselves. Yeah, this one looks good. Pull in here beside Tyson. Right there at work. And knock out that 10. All right, 3:13 in the morning. Let's go. Let's get out of here. So, question for the comments section. Alright. Now, as you know, there's a lot of different places you can get your CDL through. Any of you considering, potentially getting your CDL? Are you looking at a, truck driving school? Or, one of the fleets that will actually help you get your CDL? Me, the way I did it, I went through Prime Inc. over in Springfield. Good company. You stick with them for a year. You don't have to pay a dime toward it. It's actually not a bad gig, really. Especially when you consider how much they spoil their, or at least how much they used to spoil their drivers. I mean, you look at the Springfield terminal. Yeah, their drivers are spoiled. I admit it. Not ashamed to admit it. I actually like the place. I like the company overall, or at least when I was there. Just had some issues come up that didn't really fit with, the business I was running. The money was not matching up. So that being said, if it was me, and I had to do it all over again, I'd probably stay as a company driver with them. Now, once you get that CDL in your hand, you've been there doing it a year, I'd go talk to Fry Miller at OKC. Excellent company. Just like with Robert Lowe at Prime. Whoa, we need to back it down. The owner, hey, the owner can go jump in a truck and take off just as fast as the next guy. He actually has his CDL. He knows, about being on the road and being a driver. So yeah, ton of respect for Fry Miller and David Fry Miller. Actually met him. He's a really good guy. We'll bring that speed down. Okay, coming into OKC. And, hey, Mr. Fry Miller, if you're watching, I'm just saying, offer's still open. Your name would look real good on the side of these trucks. And, maybe on the side of a reefer in this game. I'm just saying. Nice little sponsorship deal. I think we could work something out. I'm saying with Robert Lowe. We could definitely work something out there. Just saying. I am, I could totally be persuaded to put the name of a big company on the side of these trucks and do, and stick to reefers. Maybe. Just a thought. Anyway, so, hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel here. So, let's get up here. How long we got? 6 hours left. 6-hour run time. Alright, we can do that. Alright. We're definitely going to make it. That's not a problem. It's just a matter of getting up there. Okay, now we're up to picking up, getting on the north side of the city, starting to pick up some of that speed. Getting to where we can. Whoa! Yo, that was not good. That was almost not good, y'all. Yeah, sitting there starting to pick up speed. Next thing you know, this thing shows up like the iceberg in front of the Titanic. Yee. Alright. And as soon as I get a chance, we're going to blow the doors off of this dude. There we go. Time to go. Sunrise in Oklahoma. Yeah. Sun's coming up. What is with this? What in the world is with all this? Everybody's slowing down up in here. 75 through here. Called foot to floor. Let's go. Alright. Coming up on the 412 exit. So this will at least get rid of some of this traffic. Ooh. There we go. Slide on back over here. There we go. Whoop. Nope. Everybody's putting around in the slowpoke lane. Alright, so I'll just jump over here into the hammer lane, get it going. I mean, what is that saying, that the left lane is the crime lane? You know, kinda. Bye home, bye home. Exit 214, Tonkawa Casino over there. Alright, so let's go. We'll be in Kansas here just momentarily. OHP hanging out on the shoulder. How nice of him to hang out there. And free pass. Yes. Finally, we haven't gotten that in a while. We haven't gotten told to bypass the scale in a while. I'm good with it. In the meantime, yeah, let's go. Alright, Kansas Turnpike. Nice thing about KTA now, it's all cashless. And I do like the way they do their tolls. You know, it's a little bit, you know, in my opinion, a better way of doing it than, you know, a lot of states do. You know, instead of just one flat rate, you know, take it or leave it, it's, okay, well, you know, you got on here, and we got you getting on here, and got you getting off here. Here's your toll. You know, based on how long you was on it. It's a whole lot better way of doing it, in my humble opinion. But then again, that's what I grew up with, right? I mean, I grew up in this part of Kansas. Not so much Wichita, but just southeast of here. Alright. I'm actually kind of surprised it still got me. I got the speed limit saying 75 through here. Not complaining though. I'll take it. Alright, so I got what, 100, looks like 105 gallons left on fuel. Maybe 106. No, 105. Not bad. .3 miles a gallon. No, make that 5. Again, not, well, less than that now. Not horrible considering I'm sitting behind the 700 horsepower Cat. They do tend to be a little on the thirsty side. About 540 miles left on this tank. Not bad. Yeah, I can make do with that. Alright, how am I doing here? 3 hours. Yeah, only 3 more hours. Alright, we got the cattle pens coming up here, which is kind of cool. If I had thought about it, I would have stopped there. Oh well. Maybe, you know, maybe next time I'm down through here, right? Or I'm up through this way. We'll check that out. In the meantime, just keep on going here. Coming up on Emporia. Got a pilot here. It's another. Oh, okay. Now this has got the pilot listed as a Loves. It's actually a pilot there. Oh well. Oops. Whoa. What the heck is going on? Alright. Not sure what that was all about. Now, it was telling me to take that exit back there, I guess. Oh well. 335 will take us right up to the location anyway. You know, not like I don't know this route. I mean, duh. This is actually part of the route for my last, you know, the last load I ever took. Which, that one was a chocolate load out of, or a candy load out of Topeka down to, well, down to Dallas. Dropped it off there. Had some issues while I was getting under an empty. Ran back over to the Miller drop yard. And that's when the when things started going downhill on the old gallbladder issue. Yeah, that started flaring up. I hurried up, got up to OKC the next day as soon as I got parked. Yeah, as soon as I got parked, I unhooked and parked. Jumped in the car, next thing I know, yeah, they're telling me, oh, by the way, yeah, we're going in for surgery in the morning. Great. How wonderful. Nope, not this one. Next one. Alright, yeah. We don't need this one. Okay. On down. And then that next morning it was, oh, by the way, you can't lift any more than 10 pounds, you know, for 8 weeks. 10 pounds, max 8 weeks. Well, that puts me out of the trucking business. You violate that restriction just getting in the truck. So, yeah, that was it. Got done with it. Back to casino life. Now working in a casino. Oh joy. But overall, turned out to be pretty good so far. Oh, by the way, though, anybody, you know, that manages to visit the Ponca City, Oklahoma area, Osage Casinos, you know, on the south end of town. Now, right now, it looks like it's going to be September 10th. We are getting table games back. Yeah, buddy. The return of the table, of the pit to, you know, Osage Casino Ponca. Yeah. Back where it belongs. So, hey, if you're in the area around then, come on in and see us. Tell the table games manager or table games supervisor, or, you know, the dealer, or both, you heard about it on this channel. be kind of cool. Alright, we are not taking that exit. Now we're staying right here. Going around. And here shortly, we should be crossing in to the Missouri side. Yep, hold on. We need to get over a little bit. Gonna get over a lane. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now this isn't actually inside KC. This is just east of Kansas City where this load's going. We're about 20 miles out. Are you really trying to brake check a semi, you moron? What an idiot. Anyway. So yeah. Like I said, this is going to be just outside the actual, city here. Alright. This is where I need to take this exit here. Alright, and it looks like we got another one coming up here just shortly. Yeah. This one here. Exit 4. Down into Missouri. There we go. Alright, let's go. Alright. Time to go. Actually, you know what? We got a turn coming up here. Yeah. After the lane ends, of course. And here's our turn. Onto Olive Street. Alright. Here we are. Alright. Got TSC over here. Cargill over here too. Right there's the Cargill plant, which is what we need. And you know what? We can kill that. Yeah, we can shut that Jake off. We don't need it. And here's my entry. And wait on the gate. Alright, let's get in here. And we'll get checked in. And where do they want it? Okay. Yeah, we can do this. Probably going to be easier just to go around the building. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Just go around the building and then come up. Yeah, according to the map here, that looks like the easiest method of handling this. Okay. Go down around this silo. And yeah. Yeah, we got this. Totally easy, right? Alright. And they want it where? Oh. Oh, this is going to be fun. I mean, take a look at this pile of crap. Oh, this is going to be interesting. We got a frickin' forklift in our way. Alright. Yeah, I can do this. I can absolutely do this. It's just going to be a little close with that forklift. But other than that, no problem whatsoever. Because I am that good. Oh yes, I am. See? But I tell you, I am actually that freaking good. Perfect. Alright, we'll go ahead and shut down. Dolly down and get off from underneath this one. Speaking of dollying down, rest in peace to the GOAT, Dolly Parton, and to Tim Curry. Wow. Same day, even. Man. 2026 has been a major league hater. Robert Duvall, Sam Neill, Tim Curry, Dolly. A whole lot of legends. Somebody find Hank Jr., Richard Petty. Basically all of our older legends. And let's get them bubble wrapped, or at least somewhere safe. Let's not help. Let's try and interfere with 2026's plans a little bit. We still got a few months left to, for it to really make this year a bummer, like it already hasn't. All right. So, what do we put this on now? I'm thinking, You know what? Yeah, let's Why not? Let's unlock some hazmat. Flammable gases, flammable liquids, diesel fuel, fuel and such. Flammable solids, just straight up poison, toxic and infectious substances. Yeah, how about no? Corrosives or explosives. You know what? We'll go with you know, the gas gas tankers, right? Why not? We can do that. All right. So let's take a look at these upgrades, see what we got available, right? It ain't much. Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably not a whole lot of stuff. But we'll see, right? Okay, so, okay. I mean, it's not much for, but, I mean, there's some. We can definitely do something with some of this, but that's for later. All right. So, that being said, let's get out here. I want to take a look at the trailers. Hey, we got one. Huh. How about that? Old bottom dumper. It's better than nothing, right? I mean, it's our own trailer. I mean, it's not the greatest, it's not the fanciest. It's better than nothing, though. It gets us started, right? Let's do it. Let's see what we can do with this thing. Only the single. You know, only 28 foot. That's definitely, I mean, it's just not big enough. Or at least not big enough for me. You know what? I want to take a look at something. I want to see what she's doing. The other driver, right? Then we'll take a look at maybe, going from there. Okay. Okay. She's doing, she's doing runs, hauling yard trucks. Okay. Sh- sh- Taking a couple of loads out. One going out to Pine Bluff, and one coming back from Pine Bluff. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, she's knocking out loads. I'll give her that. We'll we'll let her just keep racking them up then. I I think that's a pretty good deal there. In the meantime, let's see. We got another one? Yes, we do. You know what? I'm going to hire him. Now, we are going to put him the Oklahoma City yard. Oh. Oh, my bad. Okay, so we got him hired. And why do you say we look at getting him a truck? All right. Let's see what's available. Nope. Nah, I mean, it's good, but, I kind of want to, huh. Let's see what all we got available, right? Before we go jumping the gun, see what's out there. I could throw a Lone Star in there. Honestly, I don't like the looks of the Lone Star. You know, I, ju- I just don't like them. We got Mac and a couple Western stars, but dang, they got some miles. I mean, it's not bad. They're just getting going. All right. You know what? Let's do it. Let's pull the trigger. We'll go ahead and get another um, W900. And we'll go ahead and get a W900 to put into the fleet. And we're going to give that to the new guy. All right. So, and one more thing I need to do. All right. Let's see what we can do with a little bit of a restoration. Oh, good God, no. Okay, let's see what we can do with upgrading it. All right. All right, we're going to give him the Thunder Chaser Logistics upgrade package. The cat. Okay. And 6x4. And what else? Woo! May not be able. Let's let me do something here real quick. Um we'll get him fixed. Don't worry. I mean, we're going to take care of that. Oh, I can only borrow 20,000. Okay. For now, no big deal. It'll at least get the big, yeah. We can at least go ahead and get some work done on it. Now we've already done the upgrade to the Western Star. So she's already got the upgraded package. Yeah. 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 This'll work. We can get into the 18 speed later. Um In the meantime, get him up and running. He'll be fine. All right. So, wow. 3 drivers, including myself, but 3 trucks. We got our 3rd truck. All right. We haven't done a whole lot of upgrades to this one now, but it's just a matter of expanding the company, right? That's the important thing. Expanding the company. And eventually, the upgrades will come with time. Other than that, hey, hit that like and subscribe button. Pop in the comments, what you think. And I will see you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.